Dwight Settle. I was in the Navy. I started as a Navy frogman, then went to SEAL team, and I was active from 1978, September 78 to January 99. It's a brotherhood,
Right.
you know, and you can rely on, you know, the people, you know, and especially guys that you went through training with and platoons with. It's a tight bond. Yeah. Well, when I first retired, and I went to sell life insurance, so I went from high speed, low drag to very low speed, high drag. But fortunately, a few of us, because when I retired, I was chief of the Navy parachute team, the Leapfrogs, and so a few of us were retiring, and we started our own team called the Elite Frogs. So at least I had that to still be able to go out and hang out with your buddies and all, and still get to kind of do the same thing and relive the glory years and days, you know. Because you always talk about it. The fish was this big, and now it's that
right.
That type of thing. Then did real estate for a while. Then I broke my back and my pelvis, and ended up meeting Scott Lee, who's my business partner and the developer of our product. And so we've been doing this since July 2011, and it's been a good ride. It's bumpy. It's
sure.
Name recognition is hard, to get out there, and it's all been self-financed and owned, and so doing things like that and getting it out, it's it takes a while.
Yes.
So one of these days we'll be an overnight success. Yeah, but then you meet good people, like you were asking Ron Bell, and he and I didn't know each other in the teams. We were 10 years apart. So Ron was 10 years younger than I am, and he had started his show, but through another guy had introduced him to our product, and Ron was using it, and Ron had come up to me and was like, "Hey, brother," or he'd say, "Brother, man." He was, love your product, and can we do something on the show? And I was like, Ron, I've got, I'm kind of one of those where I don't want to pay somebody to be a spokesman to use my product unless they use it and they believe in it, because I don't, I don't believe in that.
Sure. So,
and Ron was, no, I love your product. So we're already using it. So that was easy. Yeah. The company is SEAL1 LLC, and our product is SEAL1 CLP Plus. We put the plus in there because it actually works, and we're a bio-based, non-toxic product, and it's very simple. You put it on, you wipe it off. You don't have to do anything else to it. It's a dry lubricant, but if you don't wipe it off, it's not going to be dry. It's still going to be wet. But carbon, copper, lead, nothing is sticking, so it all just wipes right off. So your cleaning time is reduced by over 50%. So it's very simple. but it's also very safe. So when we say non-toxic, I mean you can eat it. It is that safe. So, you know, there's so much, you know, the truth in advertising is a bunch of BS because it's not out there, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To be a millionaire. No, it's one, it was kind of like having been in the teams doing that, really made me realize that I can't work for people. I have a hard time working for myself. No, that's not true. But you know, it's just being able to do that. But now you're calling the shots, you know, and my business partners. There's 3 of us, and you know, it's a collective decision that we talk about. But we can all do little things and make decisions to, you know, do some stuff, and we're all typically okay. That's fine, you know, like to do things with people, and then being able to get to a point where now I can start doing more and helping support the charities that I believe in, and so you know, I'm a retired Navy. My business partner Tony was a Marine for 4 years. We actually met in the Philippines in 1981. And Scott's dad is a retired brigadier general. So we very much believe in supporting the military, law enforcement, you know, first responders. And so usually the charities that we're helping do something like that, or toward family, you know. So there's a lot of them out there, you know. We can't help everybody, unfortunately. You know, I would like to one day be able to, do that. So it's kind of like with Ron, we did Ron Bell and his show, Reaper Outdoors, Survived the Hunt, was SAL, Special Operation, Wounded Warriors was a big one for his, and SEAL Legacy. So what we did was every Reaper kit that was sold at the end of the year, we would give 5% to SAL. And so when we came out with this kit, Ron's just had the 2 ounce, the brush, the pack, and the towel in it. And he looked at this, and Ron was, "Why is yours bigger than mine?" Well, that goes without saying. I'm older and better and wiser. No, but so we were actually in the midst of, we were going to be talking, and Ron didn't make it to last year's SHOT Show. He was having a knee surgery. So we're going, excuse me. So we're gonna continue on. Excuse me for a minute. So we're gonna continue on to do something in the name of Ron for SAL and SEAL Legacy. Kind of not sure yet, but I've talked with his brother on some things, but it'll probably be doing with this kit or something else, and then we'll do the same thing. The percentage will go back directly to those 2.
That's amazing.
In Ron's name. Yeah. People. You know, I mean, to me, I mean, the biggest thing is, you know, treat people right. But not everybody does that, you know. And like, one thing we believe in is, if we tell you we're going to do something, we'll do it. And I have told people, I said, hey, you know what, if I didn't do that, kick me in the ass or remind me, because, it's busy and you do things. And as my wife tells me, I don't write the stuff down and I can't remember everything, though I think I can. And, but you just treat people right, do the right thing, and, and business should be a win-win situation for everybody. There's no reason why someone has to take advantage of someone else to get ahead. And it's a big world. You see, how many different products are out there, and a lot of them, they all do the same thing. It's not everybody is just going to go with one product. That's the beautiful thing about capitalism. You got choice. So yeah, you just it's you run into the people that are in it just for themselves, and you think that they're doing something to help you, and the next thing you know, it's like you're pulling a knife out of your back, and it's all right. Hey, we're going to go on and just continue. And when that's one of the reasons why also we have self-capitalized the company, because one, I don't want somebody else coming in and saying, well, this is how I need you to run things. I'll listen to people. I don't always take their advice, but I do listen to people. And I'm told I don't have an inside voice. I'm not politically correct, but if you tell me to do something, that you're going to do it, I expect you to do it, and vice versa. You're making the decision on what you want to do, and but it's also now you can make the decision on who you want to help and all, and who you want to support. So there's good charities, there's bad charities, and sometimes you learn things the hard way, but it's being able to really choose and do that is who you want to support, and is nice. And then just making your own decisions, and then knowing that you're producing a quality product that works exceptionally well is nice, because our product is not just for cleaning firearms. We're actually in the amusement park industry. It's on ski lifts, it's on the Space Needle in Seattle. We got a line called Marine One for our marine partner. No, but it's for boats, fishing reels, and all. Our product is, think of it as a green WD-40 that actually lubricates. So it does a lot. Like Ron used to always say, he goes, he carries one around in his glove box, because anytime he's traveling in his truck, the trailer hitch, if he was doing anything, our product removes rust and helps control rust and corrosion. Nothing stops rust and corrosion, but this does help control it. And there's no hazmat, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. One thing going through training, being in the teams and doing stuff taught perseverance. Hey, if you fail, you just get up and do it again. You keep going. And when people tell you, no, you can't do something, well, I bet we can find a way to get it done. And but it's all that, everything that you learn, going through the training and everything, just help prepare me for the rest of my life, and just how to handle situations and do things. and there's quite a few of looking at, but one that I've relied a lot on was a guy I met when I was doing real estate, and he owns a coaching company. His name's Brian Buffini, and so they still are my coach, because it's really a life coach, you know, and thing. So he's, you know, taught me a lot, and so still listen to him, still see him, but then, you know, listening to Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy, just on things, and then of course, you know, my belief in God. As I said, you know, treat people right, and then, you know, hopefully you're treated right. And I think you just keep doing the right thing, then things will work their way out. And if they don't, then it can't yet be at the end, because we're not at the end, or, you know, we're gone. I am married. We're on our 38th year. 4 children, 3 girls and a boy, and 8 grandchildren. So it's and we're close. And I have 4 sisters, and my son is 5th generation to follow 3 girls. So I'm still waiting to see if he's going to do anything. Because he's the last settle, you know, from our line. So we'll see what happens there. We live in Coronado, California, and it's probably got the nicest weather in the contiguous 48 states. And the only place with better weather is Hawaii, and we go there about 6 times a year. So, you know, if I could, I'd live in Hawaii, and I'd retire, and I wouldn't mind not, you know, being out there and away fishing and hunting, and, you know. But so yeah, Coronado. That's, you know, I spent my whole naval career there, and so it's pretty nice. It's too bad it's California, but we still like the weather and everything. It's a little tourist town, but I can walk to the store, walk to the bank, walk to the post office, walk to restaurants. So it's nice and convenient that way. About an 1.25 inch ribeye, medium rare. Yeah, ribeye is my favorite. A good cheeseburger is good too. But it's one thing I kind of miss, especially when you leave San Diego, is once you've been gone for about a week, you start jonesing for a carne asada burrito, you know, and it's got the best Mexican food. I grew up in Texas, so I'm still a Texan, just living in California. So I'm not a Californian. And our business, matter of fact, is actually an LLC out of Missouri, and our factory's in Maine. So we're trying to cover, you know, everything there. My favorite movies have always been Jeremiah Johnson and The Dirty Dozen, and but there's a lot of good ones. I know Blazing Saddles by heart, Caddyshack and Animal House by heart. I always say I don't really have to think of anything to say, because I've got all the movie lines in my head, so I just repeat all those phrases, and that helps get me through life. You know, it's I don't know. Tom Clancy was my favorite author for a while, but I also like the. God, I'm drawing a blank on his name. The Lawyer series.
John Grisham?
Yes, thank you. I was John Forsythe. I know that's not it, so but that's all that was coming to my mind. You know, I kind of like reading the little suspense thriller and things where you kind of make you try to think about what happened and try to read the clues and see if you can pick stuff up like that, you know. To be golf and skydive, but my body hurts too much really to do much of those anymore, and really it's just try to spend time with the grandkids and you know, be at home, be with the family, because I travel a lot, so that's the hard part. But it's like my wife says, she goes, "Man, I thought you quit deploying." You know, it's last year it was only 26 weeks on the road, and it had been about 35 to 42 for a few years. You know, yeah, I mean, I got a million miler in 7 years, so. Just pretty much, you know, like I was saying, you just treat people right, do the right thing, treat people fairly. You don't judge a book by its cover, because there's too many people that you could look at and judge and then realize they're nothing like what you were perceiving. So you don't always have to take things at face value, but it's be aware, be attentive, and be present.